Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a channeled message with you from Spirit. Be sure to subscribe so you know when the video is live. Today, the message that came through for us is really about trust, and trust is a big key. And the reason why trust is so important is because at some point we have either given our power away, we no longer trust ourselves, we don't trust that a particular outcome can happen for us, and so we might find ourselves forcing a situation instead of trusting in the outcome. So the first thing that Spirit came through today while I was in meditation is trust your needs are taken care of. Trust your needs are taken care of. So when we think about little children, they're not stressed or worried about their needs. And I know that you're going to say they don't need to stress because someone is taking care of them. Same thing with the animal kingdom. They are not stressed about their needs being taken care of. There is a trust. It's like a dance with nature. It's a dance with the spiritual world where what they need will come in when they need it. And when they feel guided towards it, then they will take step in the right direction. So the thing is, as we were growing up, we were taught to give our power away. We were taught not to trust things, and that things only happen when we have a direct hand in it, when we're forcing it to happen, or when we're trying to make it happen. So the reason why we can get off balance with the universe is there is a natural flow, and there's a natural a sync to everything that happens. So if we think about the ocean, it ebbs and it flows. There's no stress, there's no worry about it. The sun comes up every day, and there's nothing that we have to do in order to make that happen. So if you think about your life and take that approach of there's no type of force or anything that you have to do in order to make things happen. Whatever's in your best and your highest good will line up for you. Now, we tend to get in trouble when we have fear and we think that something's not happening fast enough, and then we'll jump in and we'll insert ourselves, and then we try to force things to happen. So if you think about it, where maybe you were concerned about a job, that you really needed money, and so you just took the first thing that came along instead of the best opportunity. And when we take the first thing that comes along, it could mean that you could have a boss that's very cranky or very irritable, and that they could be difficult to work with. Whereas if we just held out a little bit longer for that natural divine guidance and selection, we would have been in sync with someone that was much more easier to work with. So we've all done it where it's been a relationship that we jumped in too quickly, and then it kind of fell apart because there were a bunch of red flags that we ignored because it was just more important that we're in a relationship, because maybe we thought that the right person wasn't going to come along, so we needed to force our hand. So really the theme about what Spirit is sharing with us is really about trust. So that first one is trust that your needs are taken care of. The second thing that came through with meditation is trust the feeling in your body. So sometimes we can get the feeling within our stomach, within our pit of our stomach, which is also known as the clairsentience. So whatever feeling that you get the first time, that is the right feeling. It's when you go against that feeling, whether someone is trying to talk you out of your feeling, that's when we start to get misinformation. So if you've ever been in a relationship with someone and you felt like something was off, it wasn't right, maybe your partner wasn't being faithful, you just had that gut feeling, and then your partner talked to you and maybe they gaslighted you and just was telling you that, oh, you're imagining things, you're making up things. And then later on down the line, you found that maybe they weren't being loyal to you the way that you thought that they were. And then you found out that you had the right information, but you went against it because you let someone else talk you out of your feeling. So your gut instinct is the first instinct to trust. So this is the instinct that little kids trust when they're little babies and toddlers. So if they're around someone, an adult, and something doesn't feel right, it feels off, Pay attention to why they're feeling that, because their gut instinct is giving them that. Same thing in the animal kingdom. It's about instinct. A lot of times we're taught to believe with our eyes or with our ears instead of our actual instinct. So when the spirit world is communicating with you, it's through your clairsentience, it's your gut instinct. So that thing that you're feeling, so if you're feeling like warning, watch out, you want to follow that and not allow someone to talk you out of that feeling. The third thing that came up is trust everything is working out for your good. I love this because sometimes we could see so many things that are falling apart and that they're not working, or maybe doors are closing and we don't quite know why. It's maybe because that's not the right timing. That could be like a blessing in disguise, that that door has closed because a better opportunity is coming up for you. So in my case, I was looking for a store to work for in order to do card readings, and I was looking for one that was closer to the house so it could be a bit more convenient. And as I tried to work with this one particular store, things just kept falling apart. It wasn't aligning. She had a small infant and she wasn't going to be able to come into the store. And I was going to try to force that anyway because I wanted it for my convenience. And on the day that we were to meet so that I could see what the store looked like in order to get an energy for that location, she ended up having a medical emergency where she had to go to the doctor. And on my way there, she called me and told me that we couldn't meet. So that was a door that closed. Now I was able to connect with another store further away, further away from the house. However, the foot traffic is really great. There's a lot of clients that come in, and because I worked at this particular store, I was able to connect with someone there that actually had office space to rent. So at any time that I wanted to use the office as far as filming videos or meeting with clients or teaching classes, I would be able to use that space, and that's the space that I'm in right now. So although it was one particular thing that I was looking for, which was a store to work in, the bonus came in was this office space, because one of the requirements that I had for Spirit as I was looking for office space is that I really wanted to feel good. I wanted to be a spiritual place, and this place, the energy is absolutely amazing. Now, I'm glad that that first store closed. I didn't understand it at the moment because the bigger prize was the space that I'm currently in right now filming this video. So sometimes when one door closes, it's because a better door is opening. So it's really important that we trust that everything is working out for you. The other thing that came up is trust your intuition. Oh my goodness, intuition. What could we say about that? So again, when we're talking about clairsentience, your gut instinct, like how do you feel? That first thing that comes to you, your intuition, where you feel like something's off or something's good, you want to be able to trust it. You want to trust your intuition more than you trust your physical eyes. You want to be able to feel into a space or feel into a situation to see, is this right for me? So when we're able to go with our natural instinct, our gut instinct, our intuition, it is something that actually helps us to move further. Now, what can take you off of your intuition is your mind. So the negative talk in your mind, the self-doubt that comes up in your mind where it says that things are not going to work out. If it was going to happen, it would have happened by now. And then you might find yourself inserting in and trying to force a situation to come or force a particular outcome. And whenever we do that forcing, that's when things tend to go off the rails. When we trust the flow, when we trust the guidance and we trust the universe and that everything is working out for our higher good, that's when things are a lot more smoother. It could take a little longer because of divine timing. So the piece that I want to add to that, you just want to watch out for if you're trying to force your own timing instead of waiting for divine timing, because usually our timing is not in sync with divine timing. And then the last thing that came up during my meditation is take action when guided by intuition. So this is when, as far as the office space happening, there was nothing that I had to physically force or do in order for it to happen. That opportunity came to me by way of an invitation of, if you ever need space to rent, if you want to meet with clients, there's space available. So the guided intuition and that action was to say, great, let's set up a time in order to look at the space. So that was the divine intuition in taking action that way. Once I came to the physical space and I checked it out and I felt it and it felt really good, then we took the next natural steps. It wasn't anything that I forced, and I tried to make it happen. And to be honest, there was no way that I could have made this particular situation even happen because I didn't even know the person at the time. So that's when we trust our guidance, we trust that everything's working out for us, and then we take those aligned steps. So, comment below and let me know what you think about as far as what came through for us today as far as a channeled message. It's really about trust. It's about being in the flow. It's not about forcing, but really going along with balance and being able to stay in sync. I would love to hear your comments below. Be sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you know when the next video is live. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Take care.